All right, let's do a general message. I want to start off with general love message for whoever this is for. I feel extremely focused right now. Like really, really focused. Whatever you're thinking about a person, you would be correct. Reverse this if you need to. All right, so this looks pretty specific. You know the drill. It's not going to be for everybody. Just bear with me. Again, I am very focused, so I may have pauses because I'm just taking it in. I'm just really sitting with the energy. So someone may have already, maybe currently doing this, like today, or will be doing this. It looks like there's going to be some sort of canceled plans. Like if you planned anything with a person, or you guys were supposed to talk, or you're supposed to be on the phone, you guys are supposed to voice video call, or you guys were supposed to actually go do something, you may have disappointment here from someone. Or this could even be like if you're involved with somebody in a way, they break something off with you, reject this in a way, or even break up with you. The reason that I'm seeing that is this Page of Cups in reverse with this World in reverse. I do think that this is unrequited love at this moment, in the sense, and that hell, this could be you, where you're going to break it off with somebody, or you're going to kind of pull away. You're rejecting it in some way, and it could be because there's a chapter that is not yet closed out for someone here. And sometimes we don't realize that until we try to get involved with someone else that, wait, either I'm not ready, period, and I still want to do me, or I might still love somebody else. And sometimes it takes this right here to make a person see it. I think somebody has been at war with themselves, with their feelings, definitely, about you, about themselves, and even maybe about another. They've been struggling internally. They've been conflicted. That's what's going on. They could be feeling very sensitive at this time, or you, if this is reversed. If you guys have or will or currently are moving forward in any way, it almost stops as soon as it starts. For some of you it goes a little further, but I don't know how far you take it with this person or will, but it could be we kiss, or we mess around, or we all out, we have sex. But because Page of Cups in reverse can also be like sex for the first time, but it may show somebody in this whatever expression of love that you guys are sharing with each other, and it could be as simple as just like flirting. It shows somebody like, wait, I'm not ready. It's not from a place of fear, though. I'm not seeing any fear cards here. Like, I'm scared of committing to you. I'm scared of that. No, I'm not getting that. I'm getting almost like a slight crack in the window, a slight breeze coming through, a slight awakening for someone where they are realizing, not from fear, but from their emotions, no, I'm trying to think of something I can relate that to. It's almost as simple as, I just don't really want to, or it's just not there. You ever wake up and you have this maybe urge, or you kind of know that you need to go to the store. You're like, oh, I need to go get gas, I need to do that. And you may take it as far as to get up and put on your socks, or maybe you take it a little further and you get up and put all your clothes on, you brush your teeth, you get ready, maybe you grab your wallet, your purse, whatever. Maybe you even get in your car and turn it on. There's going to be different stages of this, and this has to do with how far you go with somebody. Maybe it's just flirting, that'll be the socks. Maybe it's, we've messed around, that'll be like we put the clothes on, or off rather. You see what I'm saying? All out right to getting in the car. And maybe even walking in the door of said place that we feel the urge to go, or maybe we need to go, or whatever. But we just, I don't know, upon arriving or upon taking that first step, we realize, like, this isn't really, I'm not really feeling it. That's what I'm getting. Somebody's realizing they're not really feeling a person here. And I don't know how that's going to make someone feel. If it's you that someone's realizing this about, and they kind of pull back and, they don't follow through. They don't finish something, they detach in a way, it can make you feel upset. So this could be kind of a warning message for anyone who does kind of get rejected or gets canceled plans on, or someone is investing a little bit here and then all of a sudden they stop investing, to not get upset or be vengeful or feel jealous or envious in some way. Sometimes it's a blessing for us as well. Maybe this isn't our person. Maybe this isn't meant to move forward or any further than it already has. We got to see it from that perspective and not be so quick to just be upset. Not that you can't feel what you feel. You should definitely, but it can be a warning to, like, not take it too far. Let it eat us alive to where it's disrupting our peace, because we're like, why isn't this person reaching out? Why isn't this person wanting to talk to me or see me? Why did they break up with me? Why did they pull away, or however this person goes about it. Or if it's you, I'm just going to read it how it's laid out here, but some of you, this is definitely reversed. It's, who knows why? Maybe it's for us in the end, and maybe it's just temporarily, I don't know. But sometimes it's better to just take a beat, step back, and however someone is being, let them be. And that's easier said than done. I understand that. So this is what it looks like is happening, is someone may even come off as like a heartbreaker, or that they've seduced someone, or possibly even used them. I mean, I could see somebody taking it as far as to think that. I don't get that. I feel like somebody really was feeling a person here, may have even had a little bit of love, but upon taking something a tiny bit step further, or whatever level you got to with somebody, it feels new. Someone just realized, and honestly, if you were that person, or you are that person, thank God it happens sooner than later. When it's just a page and it's not full-blown ass King of Cups, or we're like all the way in, we're like married at this point, we're living together at this point. Thank God it happens now. It may suck initially, but it's better, in this message, it's better sooner than later, that this person realizes whatever they're needing to realize, and that we accept whatever this person realizes. Now, if someone is being an all-out right player here, that's different. I'm not feeling that. You may think this person is being a player. This is in your thoughts. You may feel like they're being a little scoundrel, or perhaps they're hiding something, or they're seeming a little sneaky, or maybe they're canceling plans with you because they're doing something with someone else, or they're not talking to you or messaging, because it can be a message with pages or messengers. It can be like they're not messaging you back because they're with somebody else. You never really know. I don't know the depth of what's going on here, but I can tell you what it's showing me plain as day. It's just not here. It's not here. Somebody realizes it's just a little crack in the window. You know, sometimes you have the heat on, blasting in the vehicle when you get up because it's cold outside. And you can't breathe. You're driving down the road and you just feel like suffocated. So you just want to crack the window a little bit. But upon cracking that window, it sucks all that hot air out, which is refreshing at first. Then you realize it's like super cold outside, and with the speed that your vehicle is going, it's just too much. You're not ready for it. You prefer to stay in the warmth of your vehicle. So you roll the window back up. All you needed was that little crack to show you, nope. You know? What would happen if the crack got mad at us? That's a bad way to put it, but you know what I mean? What would happen if the window got mad at us and was like, that's not fair, you used me, or you're lying, or you're being sneaky? It's like, no, I just realized that I didn't want the cold air. I wouldn't have known that had I not tried. I think somebody tried here, or is currently trying, or this is something that is going to happen. Everybody's on a different timeline. Someone here, if this is you, someone's going to try. And upon taking some initial steps, or, you know, however far you and this person take it, vice versa, one of you is going to realize, no, it's kind of a no. It's not kind of a no. Let's just go ahead and be honest. It's a no. I don't really want you. And that's hard to hear. You know, my sperm donor said that to me. And I've talked about that before, and I went through so many phases, guys, where I don't even like thinking back on it, honestly. But I'll cover it here just quickly. I asked him, why did he give me up for adoption? I'm like, is there a reason that you gave me up for adoption and none of your other kids? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. I understand if I'm like your first. I understand that. People having kids young, and, you know, maybe you can't afford to take care of them, and you're actually trying to give them a better life. People give their children up for different reasons. But I mean, I asked him, like, what was it about me? I'm basically your middle child, kind of. You already had 2 before me, and then 1 right after me, actually, like a year later. And I was the only one that was adopted out. And it was really painful to hear what he said, but he said, I didn't want you. That's exactly what he said. And I think that is, like I said, I went through a lot of emotions about that. I can smile about that today because I think that's the only time he's ever been honest. And just that little bit is the only positive thing that I can really say about him. And that's enough. That's good for me. Because the other one just lied. You know, well, I wanted to keep you, I this and that, just basically tried to make excuses. Whereas I thoroughly appreciated that he didn't. It could have been the alcohol, you know. Alcohol can cause you to just let it all out there. I've been there. So from experience, alcohol can make you say some things that otherwise, without the influence of those spirits, you would have never said. But he said it. And it was really hard to hear, but it was the truth. Like, wow. But, like, thank you. You know, initially you may take something, or if this is you doing this, someone may initially take something very offensively. They may even try to, it depends on the person. If they're emotionally mature enough to handle something like this. It happens all the time. It's been happening to us since we were young. Think of our first crushes and everything. This has happened a long time ago. It started. But, you know, it really does depend on the person. We may want to seek revenge. We may want to hurt the person back. We may send them a lot of nasty messages. We may try to ignore them because we feel they're ignoring us. Or we may just say nothing at all. Maybe we just kind of internalize it, take it in, and have a little awakening. Or we say thank you. Thank you. Or maybe we thank ourselves for handling it more maturely than we did when we were younger with other people. I don't know. But I think somebody, now it may not appear this way, but I do think that whether this is you or another, this person has tried to make a sincere effort to see where something could go with you, or you have made a sincere effort to, try with the person. And it doesn't have to be anything personal about this individual. Now, we may, if we're the ones, canceling plans or rejecting someone or breaking up with someone or breaking it off with someone or pulling away, we may have to, in our mind, everything's got to be a fight, right? There's always got to be something wrong with them why we did it. But what if it's just a no? What if it's just as simple as I didn't want you? And there's really no explanation. Why is that so hard to hear? Why do we, as the one canceling or pulling away or breaking off or breaking up with someone, have to tear them apart and be like, oh, there's something wrong with them? Maybe there's not. Maybe everything that we could possibly try to find wrong with this person is perfectly right for someone else, but just not for us to be with them. Maybe someone else is perfectly fit for this individual. Maybe they're wonderful the way they are. They're just not for us. And maybe if we're the one that someone's breaking something off with, breaking up with, canceling plans on, or pulling away from, maybe we don't have to seek revenge on that person. Maybe we don't have to talk shit about them to other people. Maybe we don't have to think they're a heartbreaker. They used us. They were manipulating us. What were they really doing? They were just trying to pass the time. They're non-committal. They got what they wanted and left. Sometimes that's the truth, yeah. But judgment could be on our head if it's really not. I think somebody tried to make something work here, tried to really put themselves out there, and that's a lot. That's good. That's good that someone at least tried, is trying, but upon trying, someone has, I'm telling you, it's a crack in the window. Someone's realized either they're still in love with someone else, 100%, or I'm just not ready, and you're not the one, and I don't want you. Not in that way. Maybe I still have more to find out about myself. I don't really have any answers. Upright, this is having the answers. Here it's, I don't really have any answers. I don't have an explanation to give you other than I just know you're not my person. I just know you're not the one. I'm not your one. I tried. I tried. There was a card that fell out. Let's see what it is. 10 of Swords. I usually see the 10 of Swords as something that happens over a period of time. I like that I'm seeing it happen rather quickly here. Over and done. If this is something where you and someone were over a period of time, I still don't think you moved to a very deep level. And we could try to figure out all the reasons why, conjure up everything that's wrong about a person, or we can just say it's over. It's over, and let go. Just let go. I can't explain why I know that I shouldn't move further with you, but I just know that I can't. I shouldn't. You're not the one for me, and I'm not the one for you. Very cut and dry. We are not in a society where that's okay. And I think that's wrong. Someone is emotional. I mean, I love that. Someone is feeling sensitive. They don't want to hurt you. If this is you, you don't want to hurt this person. But also, you're being honest with yourself. This is really a defining moment that is liking a person and has the ability to make both people kind of be cracked open like that window. I think in the past position, somebody may have been weak in some way, kind of like a momentary lapse in judgment, or just not really. I think, this can be somebody who's just, they're in a bad spot. They're in a spot where whatever decisions they're making, whatever moves they're making, whatever connections they're making, it's not really a great space to do that in. And later they may begin to realize, I'm not sure I was using my head or even my heart. I feel as if I don't even really know what I was thinking. I don't know what I was thinking. But now, just the slightest little thing has showed somebody. Now I know what I'm thinking. I know what I'm feeling. And I don't want to disappoint someone. I don't want to make them sad. I don't want to hurt their feelings. I don't want to, and I am sensitive to this individual, aka someone with you, or vice versa. And it makes me really sad, to know that it's probably going to let this person down or hurt them. This isn't someone who had bad intentions. They really just weren't thinking, or they were in a place where they don't know who they are, or didn't. Because in the outcome is this person being in this energy. By just listening to their inner truth, just that small little crack, that small voice creates waves. And shows this person, it's okay for me to say no. It's okay for me to admit, once I realize something, I don't know who made those decisions and who was taking those actions and who was doing what they did, but it's almost as simple as going to sleep and waking up and realizing, like, who have I been? Who is this person I've been? What am I doing? Someone else may look at us, if it's you, or vice versa, you may look at someone as, no, I feel like you're being deceptive. I feel like you used me. I feel like you're using me. I feel like, this hasn't happened yet. This might be how you feel, or vice versa. But I'm telling you, that's in someone's thoughts. That doesn't mean that that's actually the truth. I'm looking at the truth right here. Yeah, they just shut me out. This can also be somewhere we might relate to this person and we don't even know it. Because the world is in reverse, so maybe there's something in us that's happened in the past, whether we did it to someone or someone did it to us, or others, several, or it's just kind of constantly happened where maybe this has happened before. We get used, or it happened intentionally before, and we never get closure. We don't. They never tell us why. They use us. They come in, and really they're in a relationship over here. They're talking to these people, or they're only in it for one reason, and then they shut us out, and we're left to figure out why. That can really hurt a person. Perhaps that it's not healed in us. And so when someone does something like this and they're just answering the tiny little voice on the inside of them, and they're not being deceptive, it can come off to us like, here we go again, we're repeating a cycle where this is happening again, it's just blah, 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 blah. But maybe it's trying to show us something in ourselves that's not healed. Tower. That tiny little crack only takes seconds to make the entire vehicle cold. Even though before we were suffocating, it was so hot. We had heat all the way on high, defrosting the windows, cracked that window, sucked all that air out, and now we're cold. Our feet are cold, our hands are cold, our nose is cold, our nose is running. This is like an internal full body awakening. The tower is unexpected. It's not planned. Not here. I didn't expect to have these feelings. I didn't expect to have this crack, to be cracked open. I didn't expect to feel this way, and I feel this way now. Kind of like the sperm donor for me, you know? I get it. I fucking get it. I was investing in someone. We weren't together very long, or involved very long, and we were having sex, and I get her pregnant, and I realized I did not want this child. Not only did I not want this child, I didn't want it right now, and I didn't want it with who I'm having a child with. And now it's completely overhauled my entire life, and I'm realizing I wasn't ready. I'm unhealed, for one, and two, I still may be needing to discover myself, or for others, I'm still in love with someone I was with prior to this person. And it only came to pass, it only came to me that I'm not really invested in this person because this baby came along. It's not a personal thing. The baby didn't do anything, I did. But in being honest with myself, I'm going to hurt this baby, and this baby's going to grow up, and this baby's going to realize and feel as if I never wanted it. And the truth of the matter is, I didn't. But if I would have been honest with myself and this person as soon as I knew it, I could have prevented this from happening. But really, I didn't know it until it just kind of hit me. Something is just hitting someone. I'm not ready for this. I'm not into this. I'm not into you in that way. It's just not there. And I'm not in love. You're not my person. And I just don't want you. I'm not your person. Or for others, it will be, I'm really in love with someone else. Or even maybe I'm still in love with someone else. It could have, if it's not like an ex someone's realizing they're still in love with, it could be like just another person. I'm in love with this person. And not you. Wow. Well, that's the truth. I have two cards, two decks mixed together. Now we have the moon in reverse and the world coming out again. And in being honest with myself and clear about that, and clear with another, I can now fully move forward. I can fully be true to who I am. I can truly change. You know, this person could choose to do a lot of things, whether it's you or another, whoever this is. They could choose to, even once they know their truth and they realize it, they could choose to continue the lie. The lie is being just kind of going along with something. That would be deceptive. They could choose to live out of fear or guilt and just keep on keeping on. But that's no way to live. It's miserable. That's the message. Wow. Well, I don't think I've ever gotten one like that. For whoever that's for, beautiful. Thank you guys for being here with me, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.